Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out the third of the little Elfos eyeshadow palettes. We've tried out the beautiful Scorpio palette, the beautiful cool toned Pea Herb palette, and today we're going to be trying out the T-CHALLA palette. This is what the T-CHALLA palette, or Challa, P-CHALLA, not chilla as in chinchilla, Challa as in Coachella. Or is it Coachella? Oh, Allah, umbrella, Allah. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, T-CHALLA palette. This costs $15, which I think works out to around kind of 10 to 11 pounds in Great British pounds. I don't know why they're so great, but they're great. The Great British Pound. So I completely forgot to mention the price when I tried out the Pea Herb palette, which is also an £8 palette. I think that $15 is actually quite affordable really for an £8 palette, especially when the pans are as large as these ones, and also when the packaging is as beautiful to look at and expensive feeling as this one too. So I did go ahead and do some swatches in advance, so I'm going to show you the clips of that now. Overall, I feel like these shadows swatched really beautifully. I thought that this kind of yellowy orange matte was really good, like really good. I've tried lots of these kind of light yellowy coloured eyeshadows before, and none of them have been as immediately pigmented as this one. I also thought that the brown and the light green were similarly good. I thought that the shimmers were beautiful. You've got two duochromes within this palette. You've got a beautiful kind of bronzy slash green slash gold duochrome, and you've also got a really beautiful kind of pearly shade as well, which I believe would make a really gorgeous highlighter on very fair skin. I am so optimistic going into this just because the other two palettes have been so good, so good. I've tried the Scorpio palette twice now. I'm so impressed by the quality. You never know, this one might not be good, but I'm thinking it will be. So I am going to pop you in fast forward, and I know you're thinking, Anwen, why are you popping us in fast forward? It's because I talk too much, and I know that my videos are really long sometimes, and it's because I'm just talking away. If there's anything that I need to mention, I will mention it, but if not, I'll just kind of mention it at the end. I think it's more fluid if I just fast forward and you can see what's happening without me mentioning something about my vagina. So I'm going to begin the look today with the beautiful orangey shade, of course. I'm thinking I might go in with the brown. I really want to try the duochrome, but we're just going to play it by vagina. Do you know what I mean? So guys, I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. Cue relaxing music. Get comfy, get a cup of tea, get your feet up, guys. Let's relax. Well, you can relax. I'm not relaxing. I am working my balls off to create a great look. But you relax, guys. Have a great little time. Okay, right. See you soon. Okay, so I have finished the look. Overall, I'm really happy with it. It does remind me a little bit of the, antique greeny gold look that I created with the Scorpio palette when I first tried that. Just generally didn't find this palette as exciting as the other two that I've tried, and that's nothing to do with the formula. It's everything to do with the shades in this palette. I thought that the orange shade within this palette was surprisingly pigmented. As I said earlier, it blended out really nicely. It had a lot of oomph to it. I just adore this duochrome shimmer, although I did find that as I started to apply it a little bit more, it did look a tiny bit chunky. Nothing too extreme, but just mentioning it did look a bit chunky, which may not be the most flattering on more mature eyelids. Thought that this kind of very light highlightery shade that I used was beautiful. Definitely not as overpowering as I was expecting. It's actually quite subtle. Even though it might look like it's fairly textured, it actually just melts it onto the skin, so I really like that. Now, the one shade that I wasn't too impressed with formula wise was the chocolate brown. I just found that when I was kind of blending it, it would fade quite a lot, and then I would pack more on and then blend and it would fade again. I just feel like you'd have to really work to try and get it super chocolate brown, on the eye. That's the only shade that I wasn't hugely enthralled with, but I do think that if this kind of colour family is something that you're really into or you just want to try, I think this palette would be a really good option to go for. It does remind me a little bit of the Androgyny palette by Jeffree Star, and I know that a lot of people have said that they think that it's very similar to the Subculture palette by ABH. I think when you're considering this palette in terms of the price, I think it's actually a really good deal. I mean, we're talking $15 US, £10-ish. I think that is actually a really reasonable price for such a beautiful palette. But it's probably not one that I am going to be using a whole lot of. I've enjoyed filming this look today, but it's just not been the most exciting for me, just because it's just personal preference, you know what I mean? This just is not necessarily my personal preference. I do love the shimmer. I love the antique shimmer, and it kind of matches my nails right now, which I am so down with. I am going to wrap up this video right here. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know downstairs in the comments below what you think. Which of the palettes so far are you liking? The P Herb with the cool toned beautiful shades, the Scorpio palette with every single shade under the sun and more, or the T-CHALLA palette that we tried today. Let me know which one do you like best. I hope that you're having a lovely day today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one.